homosexuality. Is homosexuality, are you born gay or is it a choice?
I think there's a lot of controversy about that. I mean, I think most of the research shows that people are gay or realize they're gay at a very early age, which probably suggests that people were born that way. As far as how I feel about it, I feel great about it. I mean, I think people should do what they want to do and live the way they want to live.
I think I've got mixed reviews of this. Like, some people, they do it by choice, and some people think that they were born. So, I've got mixed reviews on that.
Is if you were gay or you had a son or daughter that was gay, would you want them to come out now, or would you rather them stay in the closet and live a lie?
I would never want my son to live a lie. So, in fact, my son's godmother is a lesbian, and homosexuality is something that's just very normalized in our family, and my husband and I have always, talked very openly and made a lot of very conscious decisions about our son and how we want to raise him. And one of the things that has come up for us, of course, is how we would react if he came to us and came out of the closet. And it would be neither here nor there for us. I mean, I think we would support him no matter what, who he is. He's our son and we love him no matter what. And in fact, in some ways, there are probably reasons why we would be happy if he were gay. And there would be plenty of reasons that we'd be happy if he were heterosexual. So, we just really want him to be who he wants to be, and I would never want him to live a lie. And, whatever choice he decided to make in terms of coming out of the closet, if he ever had to do that, we would support him.
I wouldn't want them to live a lie. I'd want them to come out, and I'd want them to be able to feel comfortable talking to their own mother or their own father and telling them that they're gay and they shouldn't have to live a lie. They got to spit it out. And if no one can accept that, then they can rot in hell. Excuse my French.
Do you feel that homosexuality is more accepted in today's society, and do you feel it's easier for young teens and young adults to come out today as opposed to 2, 3, even 4 years ago?
It's probably a lot easier now, but I don't think it's easy. I don't think it's ever easy. We live in a society that still is very homophobic. Even since I've been teaching here at Las Casitas College, I've seen a really big improvement in homophobia. It was kind of like acceptable, an accepted norm here when I first started teaching here in 2004. But I've seen that change, and that's really, really, makes me really happy. But I don't think it's ever easy, especially since it's still, being gay is still something that is not seen always in a positive way.
I think it's more accepted now than it was back in 2003 and 2004. Like, with the homosexuality and stuff like that, people are more accepting of what they are. And if you look back like 4 or 5 years ago when we were in high school, and the Matthew Shepard thing, like, they weren't as accepting, and they're more...
That's good.
They're more,
Okay, do you think people are born gay or made gay?
Well, coming from a female who is openly gay, I believe that homosexuality, you are born that way. Because you don't just wake up one morning like, oh, I don't like guys, so I'm going to be gay. I don't believe that at all. But there are so many people in this world that say they're born gay, and there's so many people in this world that say it's a choice. But it's not a choice. You are who you are regardless, and I genuinely believe you are born gay because I knew in 6th grade, I knew in 6th grade that I was gay, and it took me a while to accept it, and I thought it was a choice. But being open in such a society that we are in today, you're born gay. I do believe.
What did your parents think?
Oh, my parents. At first, my parents were, my dad has always teased me. He's always like, Jacqueline, you like girls, don't you? And he would always tease me about that. And then it got to a point where he said that, and I was like, yes, Dad, I like girls. And my dad was, at first, he was a little closed-minded, but as he started working at the university that he's working at now, he became more open-minded with it, and he's began to accept me. But to this day, my mom, she's not necessarily accepting of it. She kind of wants her all-American daughter with the family and kids and all that good stuff.
Big white wedding.
Big white wedding. But to her, she thinks it's a phase. But if it was a phase, I would have grown out of it already. It's been almost 3 years, and my dad is very my dad and I are very open about it. So yeah, my parents, yeah, they're good. I believe that straight people, you know what? My idea on straight people is, okay, gay people, they are who they are, right? But when you think about it, regardless of sexuality, regardless of race, regardless of persuasion, regardless of all that stuff aside, point blank, you are who you are. You are the same person. They could be a very outgoing person. They can be funny. They can be outgoing. They can have this I don't care about life attitude and just don't care what people think. But the second they come out to a straight person, that person drops them like a ton of bricks because of their persuasion. So my advice to everyone out there who is straight, who has a friend that may come out, accept them for who they are, because they're still the same person. They're nothing less, they're nothing more. They're still the same person. They're still that same person that you had good times with at a party. They're still the same person that has a heart of gold. Just accept them for who they are, and if you don't, you will lose your best friend. If your best friend comes out to you and this whole time you thought they were straight and they say they're gay and you drop them, you're really losing a great friend, because that has happened to me that has happened to me once. So that's my advice.
What would your advice be for gay people still in the closet and too afraid to come out?
Well, that's a funny situation. My advice for all you young teens and girls and guys out there that are afraid to come out, don't be scared. I was afraid to come out, but once I came out, I felt like this heavy burden on my shoulders just got lifted up, because I was tired of living a lie. And your whole life, you don't want to go through your life living a lie. You want to be able to be open, and yeah, it's going to be hard at first, but you know what? If you have friends that won't accept you for who you are, they weren't true friends to begin with. But you will see that the friends that stick by you, those are the ones. The friends that you think are true friends and they stick by you, they really are. So my advice to you guys are just be who you are. Be accepting of yourself, because the main thing in acceptance is accepting and loving yourself for who you are and for what you stand for before you can accept other people. So accept yourself for who you are and what you stand for, and then get acceptance. That's my advice.